Man, that's shit. Let's save that for the podcast. I fucking love Tribe Called Quest. They're one of my favorite. And I feel like a lot of people don't realize how much of an influence they've had on rap and hip hop and shit. How many people sample their shit? How many people fucking that whole jazzy, vibey, fucking mixed with neo soul type shit? Like that's where that comes from. And a lot of people don't know that shit. Fucking J. Cole, Kanye take a lot of inspiration from them. Fucking yeah.
All the time.
Hey, R.I.P. Yeah, no, they fucking the real ones. But we live. Let's get into it. Fucking, this is episode 213 of the No Hangover podcast. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, rate, all that good shit across all platforms at No Hangover Podcast on Instagram, YouTube, No Hangover Podcast, Spotify, Apple Podcast. Shit. What am I missing? TikTok. We back on TikTok. You already know the vibes. What is it? At @no_hangover. Check us out there. We're doing numbers on there, so check us out. Got a new face, new guest today. Go ahead, introduce yourself, man.
Man, I appreciate, man. Humbly appreciative, man. I go by the name of B-Raww or B-Raww the GOAT or Raw. But yeah, that's me, man.
Hey, listen. You definitely, we just give a little context before we jump into it. Man, this man can spit. He can, if you're in the Orlando area and you're looking for some local artist that's trying to do something that's fucking got bars that can get on the beat and fucking I bet that can fucking control that shit. This is your man right here. He just put out a project. We're having testing. There you go. We good. We back having some technical difficulties, but no, he just put out a project called Back to the Features, which is a pretty cool concept. It's just him with a whole bunch of artists, 10 tracks. Fucking. Well, I think what I liked about it the most is that you were allowing the feature artist to kind of you let them do their vibe, and you were able to get on that shit and adapt to what they were doing and still have control of the song, which that's pretty difficult to have, to cater an album to a whole bunch of different people and still be able to have control of the yeah, a little bit. Oh, damn, you're right. Oh no, then it can't be. It might just be the cord. But yeah, I mean, how you're able to have so many different styles on an album and adapt and still have control of the song. I mean, how did this come about? I guess we could start there.
So as you're in collaboration with my boy Nate.
Yeah.
I think he gets a part of the inspirational credit. I have been, in that time period when I first came up with the idea, I was watching Woodstock. And as you know, I mean, I'm in here, y'all, this is a dope guy. Like, he knows his stuff. He knows his shit when it comes to hip hop. Because the first thing I noticed was it's right here.
Yeah, you already
so
know.
He knows his shit.
Know.
Instantly got my respect. But it was just a compilation of inspiration from different time periods, and then obviously, like I said, working firsthand with Nate from the first SOB experience and seeing him successfully bring a group of people together when they said that it's super hard, it's not worth it.
Yeah.
The vibes here in Orlando.
Yeah, so, a little bit.
Me being a champion, me being a person that like to go against the grain and sees a challenge as an opportunity, I said, fuck it, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna be the one. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I can be the beacon of light to show that there's nothing more beautiful when not only you are successful, but you're able to spread the success amongst your community.
Yeah.
So that was pretty much it.
I mean, what's driving that though? I mean, there's been people that have come out of Orlando that have gone on to, do things and kind of do shit musically outside of Orlando and not, I don't want to say not give back, but not really put the time in, like, and no disrespect, but you create your own path and you do what you feel like is going to be right for you. But we haven't really had an artist that has made it big and really come back and really, seem to try and put people on. What is the inspiration behind that?
It's more of tiredness. Tired of, the usual and oh, you know how it is, and I'm like, nah, I know how it is, but that doesn't mean that's how it should be.
Yeah.
And again, like you just said, no, we can't take anything away from the guys who've, worked hard to get where they gotten out of the city, gotten out of their state, living a better life, their families living a better life. I feel like, I just got tired of that dynamic when it comes to the culture, and then, other people coming in, absorbing the culture. And then, they don't give back, and then it's just like, obviously, I'm still an underground artist. I feel like I haven't made it anywhere yet. So, I feel like, my aunt, shout out to my aunt, Tamika, but she gave me some wise words when I was, in my younger years, growing into a man, and that was, you don't become a millionaire when you get your first $1 million. It starts way before. You don't just get $1 million and then I'm a millionaire, I'm gonna move like a millionaire. No, like the discipline, the knowledge, things like that. That's what keeps you to get $1 million. And so I just transfer that to anything you're doing. You have to adapt the mindset, and I feel like a lot of artists neglect that. That this power of influence, the ability to get even 1,000 people to look at a reel in a day is powerful.
Right. And it's funny that you say that, because now I've been posting more on socials and shit like that, and I did see a post that like kind of put it in perspective, that like that 100 views, and they put it in like terms of people. So they show like a field of 100 people, then they show the stadium of 5,000 people, and they show the fucking, if you get 10,000 views and so on. And it's like, sometimes you do need shit like that. It's, especially if you're starting up, especially if you're trying to get that shit going, because it could be a little discouraging at times, like seeing that you're putting work in, you're trying to make something happen, get your word out there, get your music out there, shit like that, and you don't really feel like it's being received as it should be. Right. But I mean, that's part of the process, though. Like you said, that builds the discipline, that kind of calluses you a little bit, that, gives you that experience of like, hey, this millionaire mindset is starting right now. Like, I got to be okay with taking lumps and taking losses, because right now they're little, but, those they add up. And that gets you to, when that opportunity presents yourself, you're not left ass out. You've been preparing, you're ready. Like, I know I've got my shit covered. I've, got my P's and Q's all in line and all that shit. So it definitely is it's a long road, but if you really believe in yourself, it's worth it. But one thing with, what you're trying to do too, is that you also have to have the talent. Like, you can have the mindset and the drive to want to, bring something together and bring a collective together. One, you have to have the leadership, but also two, it's in music, at least, you have to have the talent. You got to be able to back that shit up. And, from what I heard, that, like I said, that Back to the Features album was the first music I've ever heard of you. I mean, I've heard some of your stuff on Instagram, kind of, looking through your page and shit, but nothing really like in depth like that. And that kind of showed the talent, the versatility, the willingness of you trying to fucking make something happen and bring something together. So, I mean, that plays a big part in it too, because again, you can have that vision, but if you don't command that respect, it's all for nothing, unfortunately. So
confidence, man, I appreciate that, for real.
Yeah, where does that stem from, that confidence?
I mean, I wouldn't be able to tell you, for real. You know what I'm saying? I would just say mainly trial and error and life. My life anyway, everybody's different. Rejection, a lot of rejection, a lot of success. And like I said, just trial and error, learning, soaking up game any chance I can. obviously when we're all young, we feel like we know everything.
Yeah, ain't that the truth?
Life quickly.
That shit humbles you real fucking quick.
Life has a very funny sense of humor.
For real, dark.
But it's necessary.
For sure.
And it's like I said, it's beautiful. I feel like it's beautiful.
How long have you been rapping for? Like, did it start out as just like a hobby, and then it kind of like, oh shit, there's something here, or?
Yeah, it still is. To be honest, I've been rapping seriously, I would say, 4.5 years since I first spent at least $150 in one sitting on music.
It was like studio time.
Yeah,
like
it's type shit. And before, it's always been going to other people's session, and I've always been around music. I'm originally from Brooklyn, New York.
All
so
right.
That's pretty much, if niggas don't know, that's the mecca. Whether niggas want to accept it or not, it's the mecca of hip hop.
Yeah.
You know, so I was always influenced by it growing up in the 90s in Brooklyn, seeing, you know, the rough, I don't know what kind of viewers you have, but for the younger guys, you know, you had to be there at that time to really understand that, you know, hip hop has changed tremendously, number one. And two, I feel like it's a lot easier for artists, despite contrary opinions. It was very much harder, I feel like, to make it back then. You know, growing up, like I said, in the Brooklyn streets, seeing Rough Riders 300 deep.
Yeah.
DMX is in the mix.
Yeah.
You know, such and such is in the mix. And it's not like it's a big thing. Don't get it wrong, but it wasn't like his life wasn't in danger or nothing like that.
Yeah.
The community loved him.
Yeah.
He loved the community, you know, and I feel like there's a disconnect now. You know what I'm saying? It's not like that. I think people are more attracted to the allure of the visuals of an artist versus what, one, he has to say, and two, how similar his raps and what he portrays is who he really is.
Yeah. Hold on real quick. Hold that thought. I'm going to see if I can just change this chord.
That's an interesting picture. What's that right here?
That's the rap bag. My uncle gave that shit to me. It's funny, because anytime somebody comes in here, that's one of the first pictures that either somebody will comment on, or I'll be like, oh, damn, like, what you know about that? And honestly, not much, but my uncle gave that shit to me, so fuck it. Putting it up, it's got some fucking personality to it. Check. Ooh, that's much better.
There we go. Cooking with gas.
And we back. Had some technical difficulties, but we figured it out. But yeah, I mean, coming from Brooklyn, that's fun. I mean, that makes a lot of sense. It definitely is it's a lot more competitive up there. Just from sheer numbers. The mass of people up there. Obviously, like, it's just naturally is going to be a little bit more competitive. But I mean, you were saying that you felt like it was harder to make it back then than it is now. Like, why do you feel like that? I kind of have an idea why, but I want to get your thoughts on it first before.
Honestly, I mean, obviously, like I said, this guy knows his shit. You know your shit, so I don't have to tell you the obvious, like social media and things like that, obviously.
Yeah.
But again, it goes back to the disconnect from, I feel like it's more, lack of word. I feel like it's just more of a who can put on the best show as far as when it comes to personality, stage presence. Everything's a show.
Yeah.
I don't feel like even myself. I'm not into getting on pods and bashing artists because everybody gets respect from B-Raww, especially you accomplish a lot. People respect your craft. I can't bash any of you guys, even though I may not listen to their songs and shit. You know what I'm saying? But I just feel like it's a disconnect, even for myself. I feel like I'm not supposed to just be an artist. And if I focus on just being an artist and my music could be, this is what's told to me. Hold on, let me put this blunt out. It's about to get
here we go.
a little personal because again, I'm not gonna throw my boy Nate in this. If you watching this, he has nothing to do with how I feel.
Yeah.
I just want to make that clear. But the reason why me and him are so connected in a short amount of time we've known each other is because we share the same similar mindset about what we're talking about. And Nate doesn't rap. Nate has never recorded a song ever. And the amount that he's done for people like myself, people that you're familiar with in the city, versus the people who are in high positions here, just like they are in every city, every state. I just feel like they don't. I can make the hardest music. I can do my shit. I can get show versatility. I can paint pictures that a lot of people can relate to. And now the agenda is that's not good enough. Like, because you need to be a content creator too, and to be a content creator, I'm still learning that shit. It's kind of like acting school.
Yeah, no, I mean there's a science to it at this point, and there's different hashtags and shit that's trending, and you gotta pay attention to it, and that shit is fucking. If you're not really into it, it's hard to fucking want to get into it and pay attention to it, because a lot of it comes with a lot of fucking. It just comes with a lot of like vainness and a lot of like.
Where did we go wrong? Now I'm interviewing you. Where did hip hop go wrong, bro? Where did we take that sharp turn to where we are now?
Man, I know I'm about to get shit for this. Man, I'm not gonna lie. I think
oh shit, yo.
I think that, and a lot of good music came out of that time. Don't get me wrong. There's a place for it, but that SoundCloud, 2015, 16, 17 era was. I thought like bigger picture looking back, it's almost been 10 years. I thought it was fucking not good. I thought it was good for the time.
Really?
I thought it was. It fit the time, but I think that ushered in a lot of, like you said, just not necessarily being good at your craft, but like how many eyes can you draw to you, whether it's personality, whether it's attention, and all respect to these artists, but guys like Lil Uzi Vert, Playboi Carti, guys that haven't really made it out of there, that what's this fucking dude? I'm such a fucking hoe. Lil Pump, like guys like that it's like, yes, they captured a moment and that'll be remembered and shit like that, but
still getting a lot of money off of that record to this day.
Right, and yeah, they did what they needed to do. They made it, they took what guys like Drake and Future and Wayne, that they're just constantly putting out music and shit like that, and they found it and were able to do it in their own way, find their own niche, find their own audience, and fucking put out lots of fucking music. But I don't think the staying power was as great. Like I felt like there's not a lot of classic songs that come from that time. There's a lot of fucking kind of cookie cutter shit. And I feel like that's where that starts to usher in, social media starts becoming more relevant. That's, again, it's more about personality than if you can actually spit. And if you can't spit, like you said, we want to see the personality. Like, save that shit for, for another day. We want to, we're trying to get as many eyeballs on you so we can get as much money and squeeze this. Because in reality, even, back in 90s, early 2000s, like, if you hit it big, you got really like a 3-year shelf life. Guys like Nelly, guys like 50 Cent, guys like that they were fucking hot, shining stars. Mm-hmm. But their run is really like only 3 years. Mm-hmm. So, they were able to, those guys in the SoundCloud era, I feel like were able to kind of get that lightning in a bottle and condense it and blow up. But then again, like, at least from those, early 2000s guys that had that little run, we got classic music out of it, classic albums out of it. I don't really feel like we're getting that much anymore from the newer, younger artists, which, hey, again, you got to do what you got to do. You got to fit in with the times and make your money and and get your exposure and shit like that.
I got to cut you off. Who made that? What you last just said, who made that a thing? You just got to do what you got to do. And who made that a thing? Who made that, like, that's the bar now?
That's a good question. I don't know if I have a solid answer for that one. I think it just kind of with the times of things, honestly, more so than anything. Like I think on with something like that, that goes deeper than any like specific field, or there's music, or you're a construction worker, or you're a lawyer, or you're a doctor, or anything like that. Shit is a little deeper than that because. I mean, at the end of the day, at our core, we're just trying to most people just are trying to make it, trying to scrape by, trying to survive, trying to put food on the table, trying to do this, whatever, striving for the American dream, essentially. But, there's 350 million people in this country. Not everybody can live the American dream, unfortunately, the way that things are set up. Not that we don't have the resources to do it, not that it's not a feasible thing, so obviously things got to change.
And that's the thing, bro.
It's not because people don't.
People are sensitive these days,
and you got to have a certain type of drive to fucking achieve great things too. And if you give most people, if you give them enough to be comfortable, they'll be okay with that, and nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. That's what most people should strive for in this life. Be comfortable, be happy. Like you only got one life. Why are you gonna be worried? Stressing and doing all this shit. Like be happy.
If that's not you, but then there's people like me, who. One, I'm this way. I know I'm this way. I don't like direction too much. I don't like bosses. I don't like motherfuckers telling me what to do all the time. I don't like this. That's one. Two, I'm aware of this. It's a certain point, I'm aware, and then the third part is now I have to do something about it or just keep doing the same thing. Mm-hmm. And everybody's not a chief. Everybody's not an Indian. There are more Indians than chiefs, though. Mm-hmm. And go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, but I feel like to that point, I feel like that a lot of people struggle in trying to, one, find their role, and two, once they find their role, accepting the role for what it is. Because most people have an expectation that they're the main character, this is my life and all this shit. But like you said, most people are a role in someone else's life. Like you are more of a role in somebody else's life than you are a main character in anybody else's. You're only the main character in your life. And, when you realize that, and again, able to humble yourself and take life's, lessons of trying to humble you and take it for what it is, I feel like these things become a lot easier to accept. And once you figure out what your role is, whether it is a leader, whether it is a soldier, you're able to accept it and take it for what it is and excel as much as you can in that role. But again, with the social media, everyone's, trying to be the man. Everybody, nobody wants to be a fucking, falling back. Everybody wants the fame. Nobody wants to do the dirty work and this, that, whatever. I feel like it gets, that's what gets pushed out to most people. And it kind of makes you feel like less, like what you're doing is not enough. And when you're in a constant state of that, shit, that's not good for your brain. It's not good for your health, and not good for you to try and be productive or try and do something and any of that shit. So I feel like, again, the confidence. I feel like confidence is a very key thing in being okay with yourself. Again, and the confidence in the sense of knowing yourself, being okay with yourself, and understanding how to take a loss, and understanding how you're going to be okay after this. Like, it's going to suck for a while. It's going to be a little shitty, but this L isn't going to last forever.
Everybody's not like that.
No, and they're not.
And that's okay, bro. That's what people have to understand. If you're watching this, it's okay. It's okay. But what's not okay is lying to yourself while doing something in your life, or experience something, or working towards something. And this is my main thing. And I'm gonna be professional, and then there's gonna be a side of me that's gonna say how I really, truly, unfilteredly feel. But I just feel like, I mainly feel like to be in a world right now, we are in a world where everybody who participates in a race, let's just say me and every rap nigga underground in Orlando and surrounding areas was in a race, right? These showcases, social media posts and, you know, content, anything like that. I'm speaking on this city. It feels like we reward niggas just for trying.
Yeah,
we reward
shit.
niggas just because they're doing something. We reward niggas for being consistent. We reward niggas, even the kids now. We reward niggas for participation. Yeah. You know, it's like we do it without really knowing, subliminally, whatever the fuck I'm high.
I got you subliminally.
You got what I'm saying. But we do the shit, like, and it's so common, like when kids lose or when niggas lose or, you know, nah, his shit straight though. Nah, it's gonna be okay. You're still a winner because you tried your best.
Yeah.
Nigga, no. I grew up in the era, nigga, if you got second place, you lost.
That's it. That's it.
I don't even want that shit.
Bro, trust me, that's how I am. Especially I played sports growing up. So like I hated losing. When I was growing up, I hated losing more than I liked winning. I expected to go out there and fucking I was an athletic kid growing up. You know, I know how to use my body. So, you know, get me in a sport. And once I start getting it, like I expect to play well and I expect to win. Like that's what I wanted. So when we win, I'm like, yeah, cool, like bet, like we won, but that's what we should be doing anyways. So I definitely
ass out. Every game blowing niggas out.
And I hated losing.
But then you got people now like, oh, it's okay, don't worry. You know, get them next time, but at least you did this. And that's cool at first.
Yeah.
But nigga,
you gotta grow up at some point.
You gotta understand at some point this is not okay.
Yeah. This
might be a situation, you know, you might grow and be in a situation where you have a family and your performance, nigga, if you don't win, you can't put food on the fucking table. But since a child and growing up and then you try and rap and you trying to do pictures and a motherfucker tell you, bro, that shit's ass, or a motherfucker comment, you ready to crash out. You ready to go on a nigga DM and, you know, you ready to, a judge says, you know, go work on your stuff. It don't sound good and, you know, this and that. Might be giving you good advice, but we live in a world where niggas just start wigging out like, hold on, what you trying to say, bro? My shit gas. I know my shit gas. Brother, I'm in the industry. Your shit, it has potential, but you need to work on it. Yeah. And then, like, that's what I'm saying. Like,
and that, I mean, I appreciate that you said that because I forget, hold on, I need to double check the other album review, but we did yours and you listened in and man, I forget off the top of my head. It was BTG Murder. Okay. We did his album review too in the same day. And he listened in as well. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that takes a fucking a secure, humble person to do that. Especially with music, because a lot of people get very sensitive. You know, they're putting their feelings out there. They're putting their, you know, hard work. It's a form of art, so people get very, you know, attached to it and things like that. And hearing critique of it can be difficult. So
it's my baby. It's your baby.
Yeah, the fact that y'all were able to sit down and listen to it, and yours, like I said, I mean, yours I thought was solid through and through. You know, I didn't really have anything bad to say about it. The other one, I didn't think, it's not that I think it's bad. It's not really my flavor of music. It's not really what I go to, what I listen to. Like, I think, again, musically, especially music, like I know obviously people are going to debate and have their opinions and things like that. And there is certain music that I'm just like, I don't really like and I don't really think it's good. But I think there is a place for all of it. Like, there's somebody who's going to like it, somebody who's going to enjoy it. There's a time and place for these things. But you know, maybe it's not my flavor, and that's okay. But that doesn't mean somebody else can't like it.
In the trash is what he's trying to say, but he ain't gonna say it. So we could just blame it on me. You got any inquiries? You're mad? You got any grievances? Don't go to his inbox. Leave no hangover alone. He's a good guy.
Let's fucking talk. Interact with me. I need that shit. Go hit on my pages. I need interaction.
Don't bash him though. Don't bash him.
Trust. I've already gotten from my Kanye West opinions. I've already gotten shit. From my LeBron James opinions, I've gotten shit. From my Drake opinions, I've gotten shit. I think it's funny. More so because, one, I just don't take it that seriously.
No.
Like, I don't take these takes too seriously. Like, yeah, they're thought out. Yeah, I have opinions, but like, I'm someone that with new information comes new opinions.
Absolutely.
There's certain things that I will just, like, for example, LeBron James. I think he's the greatest player of all time. I think he's better than Michael Jordan. I don't think that's not taken away from Michael Jordan, but I think he's better than Michael Jordan.
Y'all follow this man.
But eventually, at some point, if the game of basketball continues to be played, somebody will come along and be better than LeBron James.
Absolutely.
And I'll be the first to be like, yep, like, I love LeBron James. That's my GOAT, but this guy's better. Like, that's just
the circle of life.
That's it. But people like get so attached to their opinions, and like, even with the new information, even if they're seeing something with their own eyes, they like want to die on that hill for some reason. I'm like, damn, like, it's not that deep.
Like, and that's why I say, see, one has to sometimes slow down in life. That's why I smoke weed. You know, some people do it to look cool and, you know, to fit in. Me, it's therapeutic. This is medicine. I need to slow down because I have sometimes I feel like I overprocess things.
Yeah.
So, and
how long you lived in Florida for?
Since I would say over 15 years.
All right.
It's been a long time.
You think, because I know a lot of people like coming down from New York because it's so much slower down here in Florida.
I didn't move here first though. I moved West Palm Beach.
Oh, okay.
South Florida.
And there, I mean, West Palm is kind of, I mean, everywhere in Florida is a lot more relaxed than anywhere in New York City. That shit is hustle and bustle. And I feel like a lot of people that move down from New York or a bigger city and come to Florida, that's kind of like the adjustment for them, is like maybe the weather, maybe this, but like it's so much slower. And there, you know, you're used to being on fucking go, go, go. So I wonder if that's kind of a reason why, because of just the pace and the
price of living. Better down here, you know, for the same price for a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, beautiful home with a patio screened in. You know, that's about 2 bands now in the Orlando area, if you know, you know. For that, you are getting maybe 80 square feet apartment in the fucking brick code that you have to travel every day.
Hell nah.
Parking is a bitch. Your shit's gonna get hit. Ain't nobody own a vehicle in New York and they shit never got tapped. So it's like, and then on top of that, like you said, it's like slower. People are more chill. You can walk in the building, people greet you. No, it's just. I fuck with Florida, man. I love Florida.
Yeah.
I love South Florida more than Orlando. I love Orlando though as well. It's just, for me, in orders would be Brooklyn.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, South Florida definitely is, especially the closer you get to Miami and shit like that. It's its own vibe. It's its own vibe. Yeah, it's you know, and that's what I like about Florida. I mean, I'm from Florida. I'm from Orlando, born and raised, so I'll put on for my state, for my city. I love it. But you know, even like if you go to Tampa, if you go to Jacksonville, Orlando, Miami, like it's little, like it has its own vibe. Like and that's what I fuck with. Like, you know, you can get a little bit of everything. Like if you want that, you know, more fast-paced lifestyle, whatever, take your ass down to South Florida, Miami. It's a lot more fast-paced. Motherfuckers down there are crazy as fuck.
Absolutely.
Never met anybody from Miami. I love my people down there, but that is not fucking crazy. All of them. But then you go to like fucking Tampa, that's a lot more fucking like kind of a bigger beach town, fucking chill as fuck. You got Ybor City, you got Clearwater, St. Pete. That shit's fucking nice, chill. You come over here to Orlando, we're like right on the cusp right now of like, we're not a small town, but we're not a big city. There's new money coming in, shit like that. We talked about this a little bit, and like, you know, you can kind of see the development and what's coming with all the money that's coming in, the renovations, the stuff that they're doing. You saw that canopy that they're doing under I-4 and shit like that. Like, yeah, like so under I-4, that part, I don't think it's right next to the Kia Center, but that, you know, general area, they're gonna be putting like, renovating that whole shit, putting like attractions, like fucking food, like a food court type shit, all that stuff. Fucking
nice.
I think we just put in like a $18 million bid for like UFC and WWE events and shit like that. So like, you know, there's a lot of new money coming in and shit like that. So it's kind of it's that, you know, kind of that budding type of feeling. Like you're, you know, if you're gonna make your money, you're trying to make a name and, you know, be a part of something that, you know, come here to Orlando because it's about to pop off. It's not just Disney anymore. And then Jacksonville, man, Jacksonville is.
Shout out to Jax.
I love it. My dad lives up there. He lives in St. Augustine now, but he's lived up there, so I've been able to, kind of go around and be up there. Jacksonville is a weird city to me. I love it. I love the vibes, but like, it's very like, yeah.
It's different.
Honestly, like that's the only way you can describe that shit.
Coming from where I come from, though, man, the concrete jungle. This is beautiful, man.
Yeah, nah.
It's so much. I didn't even know Orlando had a mountain. They got a mountain out here, man. I'm not used to that. You know what I'm saying? A mountain of concrete. You know what I'm saying? And buildings everywhere.
Yeah.
That's what I'm used to. So, man, and it's just sad, man. It's just so sad that, we're struggling the way we're struggling. It's sad. It's sad. An artist as myself, like I said, I don't feel like I'm there, but for me to do what I'm doing and feel the need to do it, because there's no help for us.
Yeah.
And, I just feel like, what the fuck is going on with not just hip hop, rap, R&B, but just the culture in itself. And that's why I say it was a lot harder for those guys. Like now, you click a button, you could be whoever you want to be.
Yeah.
Back then, it didn't work like that.
Yeah.
A lot of guys, man, even big guys, I can't get on. Like I said, I can't get on my underground people. Shout out to Orlando Underground. Shout out to every city underground, because I've seen a lot of way more talented underground people that can give me what I hear in person in my fucking face. And I see people with the big chains and came with 40 people, and you go up there and you lip sync.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the performance, the
Got
act.
the look,
Yeah.
pretty nigga, ugly ass dreads, bullshit in your mouth, shit on your face, scribbles on your face. It's the same shit.
Yeah.
It's the same shit. And it's like, when is niggas gonna wake up? When is people gonna realize, like, if however long this has been going on? Because Nate reminds me, bro, B-Raww, you gotta understand, bro, this shit been going on way before you ever lived up here.
Yeah.
I've been up here for over 10 years now. So it's like, you gotta understand, people.
Yeah.
People in power, high places here, middle places and low places, underground, gotta understand. You look to your left, you look to the right, there's no nigga around that's that nigga.
Yeah.
The shit that's been going on for 10 plus years ain't been working. Nobody has not left since Glock 9 and all of them. That's over 10 years now.
Yeah.
Look where he's at. I had a conversation with Nate about Pootie. Talented guy. He's here in the city. He's here. He may be 20 minutes from where we are right now. Because everywhere in Orlando is 20, 25 minutes away.
Yeah. Hey, shout out.
Shout out to Pootie.
Go ahead and listen. Shit.
Hard, bro. Talented. Got songs with Wayne, Rick Ross, Moneybagg Yo. He's made it.
Yeah.
He's here right now. Where's the... Come on,
Yeah.
bro.
Nah, I mean...
But everybody has
Truth hurts.
opinions, though, right?
Yeah.
That's why I say now, fuck that professional shit. Now, the last, half segment, now it's time to be raw, because nigga gotta say something. Like I said, bro, my inbox open. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. Why should it be on me to do something? And let me be real with you. This project, number one, I don't do features like that. If you know, you know. You tapped in. Like you've discovered me at a point where I wasn't even dropping. This is my first drop all year. I dropped 2 little freestyles, the What the Healthy.
Yeah.
Shout out to Rob, but did that. And the other shit with Allison, That's it. Freestyles.
Yeah.
And then back to the feature. I did nothing for myself this year. Every year prior for the last 4 years, since I took this shit seriously, I've dropped a project or maybe 2 in the same year. Me. No features. First one I did, I had a couple features. No features after that.
Hey, you got 10 solid ones. Shit. I mean...
But every DJ here has an opinion, though. Every DJ feels like they know the answer to why the situation it is what it is, why money's not circulating here, why when people who are not from Orlando don't live in Orlando. They come in the city. Everybody jumps on their dick while they're here, showing them love, doing this, doing that, still spend their shit, still show them love after they gone. And these niggas leave and don't do shit for the city. They don't drop no real money in the city outside of the clubs.
Yeah.
You know? So who's gonna say something when this nigga's gonna wake up and realize it's not even fuck about showing love. That shit ain't getting no niggas money.
Yeah.
Who you know owns shit?
Do you worry about, like, when you say these things and stuff like that, people kind of, like, feeling some type of way, maybe not wanting to work with you? I don't want to say blackballed, but, like...
It's already happening to me.
Mm.
And I don't even go on interviews like that outside of Nate, my homie. You know, but if you got to understand in life, every emotion, Nipsey said this shit, life wouldn't be life without every single emotion.
Facts.
Depression, anxiety, all of that shit is a part of fucking life. Mm-hmm. Let's all understand that. So if what I'm saying made somebody out here feel mad or they want to even put their hands on me for me just speaking, they should look at themselves and understand or ask the question, why does that make you feel like that?
Amen.
It might be an ounce of truth to that.
Yeah, well, that's usually what pisses people off. The truth hurts. People don't want to hear that shit.
Do I feel like I'm 100% right every single word that comes out of my mouth? No, because I'm speaking on how I feel. Like what I've observed. Yeah. I'm not a native here. I'm over 30 years old.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah, I mean, shit starts looking the same. Like, you know, if you live long enough, it's the same shit, just dressed up a little different. Fucking little spice from over here, a little fucking something from over there. But it's essentially all the same shit. So, I mean, that's always been kind of funny to me. Like, as I get older, like seeing how people just will continue to fall for the same shit and do the same shit and fucking
circus.
Point fingers. But it's like, you know, we've seen this shit already like fucking 3, 4, 5 times already. It just, again, it's coming to...
everybody talking is broke in a sense of not just money, but goals, legacy. Niggas is broke in a bank of legacy. When you die, what is niggas gonna remember you? Being a lit ass promoter, having the littest parties. What is niggas gonna know you for? Popping your shit. I mean, a lot of guys, I'm a parent now. Mm-hmm. You know, I don't know if you're a parent, if you have a child, but you will soon.
Hopefully.
God has that for you.
Fingers crossed.
Seem like a great man, you know what I'm saying? So that's it's inevitable for you, you know what I mean? And when you get to that point, you definitely will change. It changed me and changed my way. I think of things, makes me take a step back, analyze myself in situations. And
I mean, fuck, you got to. Fuck, it's not just about you anymore. It seems like it's not about you at all anymore at that point. It's all about that life that you brought into the world and how you're gonna do your best job of raising this and helping them navigate the world, which is a fucking sounds scary as fuck.
And with a person like that, with me saying what I'm saying, after me doing what I just did, and we just started. Yeah, I got videos. I'm gonna break the news. I got 10 videos for 10 artists.
Here we go, exclusive.
We're dropping
Hangover
visuals
exclusive
with every artist on the project. Back to the Future. Mar Jack, Jacko Suave, Tony Rose, Marco Rich, Pharaoh the Great, Cool Dre, Miss Murder A, BBE Draco.
Doing shit, man.
Marty Mars.
Putting shit in motion.
10
putting
videos.
Shit in motion.
And if I could do that, don't cost me much. I didn't even hit $1,000 in investing on this project yet, but it didn't cost me much. Yeah, I didn't ask for money from any of them. Shout out to my producer Guado. It's just me and him putting in for everything, and we don't feel any type of way. I just don't understand if I can do this. Why would somebody watch this video and take offense and get angry about this conversation?
Insecurity, like you said, you know, if they hear something that, you know, that if the shoe fits, wear it. Like, I might not be talking to you, but if you're feeling some type of way about it, it might apply to you. And people, you know, want to take everything so personally. And things aren't always personal. Things are just what they are.
Hey.
Man, one of my favorite quotes. I'll say this: if y'all listen regularly, I might be saying this on every podcast. But one of my favorite quotes, and kind of like when I heard it, everything just made sense, or like clouds just started clearing up. Is that people aren't against you; they're for themselves. It doesn't matter who it is. It could be your mom, your dad, your friend, your neighbor, a coworker. 9 times out of 10. They're not doing shit in spite of you. They probably could give a fuck. They're doing things because of how they feel and how it's going to affect them, how it's going to affect their life. You know, there's that every once in a while where someone's just a spiteful motherfucker and trying to get back at you. But I feel like that's few and far in between. Most people are looking out for them and theirs.
Navigating through life, and you're doing the same thing. I'm doing the same thing. That's what communication is for. That's what we have, this language. Yep. You understand every word I'm saying. I understand every word you're saying.
Yeah, but people will be acting, what? Fucking acting dumb and shit. Like, what? I don't know. I don't even know. I'm like, man, I knew you fucking know. Like, you don't have to fucking bullshit me. You don't have to tell me. Just fucking, we're all grown here. But, I mean, again, it goes back to what you're saying. I mean, people, especially nowadays, really feeling is above all, which you should understand yourself. You should understand feelings. You should be able to have a solid grasp of yourself and your triggers, and
or working on it,
and all the
or aware. There's a lot of people out here, bro, that's not even aware.
And that's exactly what I was getting to. But like people that are just like
there's some people blatantly that watch ignore their shit. Be like, fuck these niggas preaching about, man. Nobody want to hear all that.
And those are the ones that need to hear it the most. Ain't that some shit? Those are the motherfuckers that need to hear it the most.
Walk downtown, man. Walk downtown, people. Downtown Orlando. You are Orlando native. Walk downtown. Look up who owns these buildings. I'm telling you, bro. The shit that people think matters and this shit don't matter. If you're an artist, stop listening to bullshit. You should be your first person to listen to. Go off your gut. People fuck with it. They fuck with it. That's a plus. You fuck with it. When you practice, I don't know how niggas practice, and a lot of niggas don't. I look in the mirror before I go on the stage, and I rap my shit to myself. If I don't like the way I'm looking, my face like, oh, why I'm looking like that? You know, I can fix it.
Yeah.
Maybe I need to put shades on. I look too high.
Yeah.
I don't feel like nobody gives a fuck. You know.
Shit. What's your inspiration? There was one track specifically, I can't think of it off the top of my head, but I definitely heard some. Immediately, I heard I felt like Larry June vibes, and Nate mentioned that he fucks with him. Like, hey, yeah.
Larry,
but
man.
Yeah, I mean, is there any artist specifically like growing up or now, or is it like? I mean, and obviously more times than not, it's a collective. It's not just from one artist specifically, but
man, listen.
Where do you draw that inspiration from?
So let me excuse me. Let me take it back towards the first beginning of the of this pod. Sorry, y'all. That's Za.
Shit working.
Shout out to Peace Treaties, man. I wrote that in my papers too.
Oh shit, yeah. Fucking little advertisement, little commercial break right here. Go ahead and I'm about to try these out at some point soon. These are nice size, king slim size papers. Go ahead and try it out. Vegan. So it's good for you. You can inhale that shit. You'll be all right.
Unbleached. White boy, real white paper, but it's unbleached. That's natural. It's made of rice. It's organic. It's
treaties.
Man, you could throw it in the dirt.
Might grow become one.
Yeah. Good recycle.
Yeah. Nah, I'll give these a try here soon enough. Thanks. Shout out to
you, man.
Shout out to B-Raww for the papers. But yeah, where's that inspiration come from?
Man, again, shout out Larry. Shout out to Uncle Larry. Funny story with Uncle Larry, sidebar. Before I get into Larry, before we get into that, let me go back. When we was talking about, and I do share, okay. For the exception of people like Uzi and shit, for me, hear me out.
Go ahead, floor is yours.
I'm gonna explain why, but let me go back to when we was talking about that, because that was a very good point. And I'm gonna let you in on some shit. You know, they let them in on some shit. You know, I'm not proud of it, but you know, I did some time. I was incarcerated, from 2016 to about 2019.
Right around that SoundCloud time.
So I missed the bad and bougie wave. I'm in prison. I'm not even in jail. I'm road. So I don't really hear none of. I mean, I've heard bad and bougie on the radio in there, but
guess who the worst verse on that song?
Uzi.
Yeah, at the end, he fucking
100%.
kills it.
Yeah, bad to the bone.
Yeah, he kills
Wasn't
it,
his
and not
best
in a
verse.
good way. He fucking took a shit on that fucking. They cut that shit out on the radio. They don't even leave that shit on.
Should have put.
And the thing is that he
RP
can actually spit. There's Lil Uzi Vert songs that he gets on there and he actually spits. I'm like, well, how the fuck did
That's
you do
what I
that?
was gonna get to. That's why I say I can't. His last 2 projects was ass. I ain't gonna lie.
They didn't really sell well either.
They were ass. He was so much better earlier in his career. I feel like before all of the money. I think the money fucked him up. But I meant to say, okay, so it's from 2016, that nigga just came out.
Yeah.
21 Savage came out. Shout out to Mello. Around that time, 2015, he was doing shit at Cleo's, and I was hanging with my boy Grip. Shout out to Grip, Boat Life. And he had like the UCF crowd. You know what I'm saying? He was going to UCF, so it made sense. But he was a rap nigga, and Mello used to have these showcases, right? And the first place winner would open up for whatever artist Mello was bringing into it. This is 2015. Niggas can look it up. Niggas ask Mello. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Mello. But I was able, I bring that shit up to say, right before I went and did my time, I was able to, my boy won the Kevin Gates one. He performed, opened up for him. He was in a section like right next to his Gates, cool as fuck. Then the last one was right before I went in, like literally 3 days before I went in. It was like Uzi and 21 Savage. Mind you, this is like when they first popped. Yeah. This is the Slaughter Gang tape with the mask on the cover. And dip, all that shit. So, boom, 3 days later, I'm gone. I come back 2019. All of these people came out. Larry, my people put me on Larry, going back to Larry. Yeah. I miss Bad and Bougie. I miss so much shit, You
didn't miss much.
I'm still like coming up on shit that I missed. Like, but I come out, even Larry. No disrespect, Larry, but I wasn't fucking with him when I first heard it coming out. Being, even as people consider that three and some change in years doing time. It's not a long time, but it was long enough because I came out, I just didn't have an ear for that shit. I was just like, why is this nigga rapping so slow? And this nigga's voice is deep like mine, but he sounds slow. The nigga sounds retarded at first. And my dogs was like, nah, B-Raww, you got to really listen to that nigga. Like,
he be giving you game on life. He gives you game on life.
Yo,
fucking come up, make a quick bag, fucking go listen to some Blair June album. You'll be fucking
do anything, nigga. You gotta go do work. You gotta 9 to 5. You gotta anything. You gotta go work out. Yeah. You gotta go cut the grass. You gotta go take care of your son, take care of your kids. And I was like, yo, shout out to my brother, man. He was like, yeah, bro, like really listen to bro, like listen to.
There's a specific song that like you heard that really put you on. 89 Earthquake was it for me. When I heard that shit, I'm like, oh damn, like.
I think it goes back for me to.
Yeah, I was a little late on that too. My boy.
24K.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then that was the same project, Smoothies in 91, so forth. I forgot the name of that project, but that was the one for me. I was listening to him projects before that, but again, I was like, nigga, get in the whip. I let him control the aux. Turn the shit on. I'm like, after 30, so I'm like, bro, turn that shit on. I'm definitely grown it, definitely.
I'm sure it was a different kind of mindset. I mean, again, coming out of prison, like, and coming back into I'm sure there's an adjustment period, and like,
but I'm sure like you're nothing to do with that too much because I didn't come out like on some gangster shit. Like I was really on some chill shit. Like I was glad to be home. I was on some super in the house. I was institutionalized. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Yeah. So I wouldn't say it was that. I don't know. I don't know. It was at first, bro. You gotta understand. Never hearing this nigga ever, and then coming out and I'm getting high for the first time in years. I'm in that. and
Baby
this
face
nigga turns this nigga on, and I've never heard this nigga.
Yeah.
What the nigga? Turn that shit off.
Yeah.
Like, nah, bro, you gotta really listen, bro. Like,
Shit.
shout out to him though.
Yeah, no, he definitely. I was a little late to him, but I've definitely caught up. Fucking, I understand now.
I understand it now. Numbers, you're doing good.
Shit. So fuck, you got an album just dropped. You say you're about to be dropping videos for every single track. I mean, what is it? I mean, how you feeling right now? It's been out for what, 3 days now? This is Wednesday
3
today.
days.
How you feeling about it? You getting good feedback? You getting fucking
Apple Music.
how's the vibe going?
It's already at 3,000 Apple Music. Shout out to the game. Shout out to the game. Gotta like the blunt on that.
I'll go ahead. By all means.
Already 2,500. Mind you, I can't like promote shit on the gram. I'm a gram nigga. I be on the gram mainly.
Yeah.
I'm starting to get, trained fucking with Nate. He's always, pushing the boundaries, making a nigga better, but YouTube, TikTok.
Yeah, those
I'm
are
trying
definitely
to get on it. They're important.
Yeah,
Twitter.
I've been getting more views, especially on my reels and the shorts and shit on TikTok and YouTube. I'm getting more numbers on there than on the gram.
I'll be getting 2K.
Yeah, my shit's starting to go up. So, but
2K in 2 hours, like one of my reels.
Oh,
I was like, fuck, I really should do this. And then it's like,
yeah,
I post 2 times a day on Instagram, and then it's like, oh, later in the day I'm with my son, and it's like,
well, I mean, what helped me with that was
scheduling,
Opus Clips. But yeah, I know there's another one called Hootsuite that you can link all your socials to it, and then it'll create the caption and do all that shit. And but I mean, the thing that is easy, that's great about Opus Clips is that it fucking I just I uploaded this video to it, and it'll create like 35, 40 different snippets, reels for me. So I mean that
easy.
Yeah, because cutting the snippets was probably the most time consuming part, and that shit was fucking. Absolutely. After I listened to myself fucking 4 or 5 times in a row, hearing the same conversation, like, oh god damn, like this is fucking. And then
rock.
Yeah, and the thing about Opus Clips is that you can still edit it, kind of switch things around, all that other shit. So definitely, shout out to them. Shout out to Nate. He put me onto that. Fuck. I mean, he told me that's what kind of made him kind of gravitate towards me, that he fucking gave me that information, and I took it and like, bet, like, let's see if this shit works. Because like I said, at this point, like, I'm a sponge, like, fucking.
But you also apply.
Yeah.
Two different things, bro.
That is a good point.
Different levels. Motherfuckers can get inspired all day.
Ain't that the
But
truth?
is they gonna get there? Hold on. Are they gonna write their raps? I'm tired of niggas talking about punching in. I'm not gonna say I'm tired of them saying it as if like I have a problem with punching in and freestyling when it comes to recording and you spending money. I'm saying I'm tired of hearing it as like a braggadocious thing, like I'm better than niggas in my lane because I do this. Fuck, nigga, no, you're not. There's nothing wrong with writing your shit. Why? You're smart. You're efficient. You go in there, you know what the fuck you're about to say. It's like at a shooting range.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers go in there with a fucking rifle with no sight on there. You don't even got an iron sight. You're just talking about, but I can do it. He can hit close.
Yeah.
But nigga, when I come pull up with my stick, that bitch got a beam. It got everything that I need on that motherfucker.
Yeah, I mean, it helps you fucking. Delivery is a big thing, and I feel like a lot of people get lost on it. You have good punchlines, all this shit, but if the words aren't cutting through when they're supposed to, then it just works. That shit will get lost in the beat. And I was saying that on your album reviews that you can spit all that, but your word, the tone of your voice and the way that the words cut through, when you're trying to deliver something, like it gets the point across.
I appreciate that, bro. So
it's like, yes, good bars, yes, but like understand, like you said, it's okay to write shit down, so it's a script, so you're prepared. Like, ain't nothing wrong with that shit. I think too many people, and again, freestyling is a hell of a fucking, if you can fucking freestyle, more fucking props to you, because that shit's hard as fuck, but sometimes it's easy to get lost. You don't have any
device, bro.
And a lot of people don't know how to use that shit.
Bro. You can record yourself, bro. You don't even gotta write it down if you that anal about writing. I mean, come on, bro. It's no excuse. And it's like, nigga get mad at me and feel like I'm hating on you. I'm not hating. This is, bro, I ain't been doing it that long, but I've been doing it long enough, bro. Niggas done invested a lot just to meet Guado. I've been through at least 20 to 30 different producers, engineers, studios from Palm Beach all the way to Orlando. Shit. Recorded in Miami, recorded in Atlanta before, recorded in California before, recorded in New York plenty of times. Yeah. So it's like, nigga, I'm not telling you this shit to hate on you. Why would I hate on you? It's the mentality, bro. It just goes back to the mentality. And I'm just here to answer the questions that you asking. The main one is why, like, what inspired Back to the Future? How does it feel? It feels amazing. Because I'm only just one person. Yeah. Everybody really understand that. Really think about what I just said. I'm one person that shared for 10 different people, unified 10 different people, 10 different styles. All of those songs that you heard, bro, we had fun, nigga. Ask every one of them. Ask them. DM them. Go ahead. Yeah. Post it. Tag me in it, tag them in it to show people the proof that I'm not bullshitting. Yeah. We had fun. It wasn't a bunch of niggas in there at the same time. It was me, the artist. Artist may have some, I think at one of the sessions it was me, Draco, Saucy Bam, shout out to him. Draco, Mick, Global Mick. It was like 4 of us in there. That shit was crazy. Niggas was just fried. Like, niggas was fried back to back, you know, and just 5-6 songs in like 2 hours. Yeah. And this is what I'm telling people. You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine a person punching in 6 songs in 2 hours? No.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a part of the issue too, is that I feel like people take it too seriously and it takes away from the fun of music, trying to making a song. Like, yes, like, you know, obviously if you're trying to do something with it, there's some type of pressure, and you want to put some type of pressure on yourself, and there's an element of work. But at the end of the day, like, it's music, it's rapping, it's song. Art. Yeah, like the best art comes from when you're fucking in your zone, vibing, comfortable, having fun, chilling. Like, not when you're fucking feeling the pressure of like, I gotta do this, because then it's gonna feel forced, and then you can hear that shit through the music, and then like that's, you know, it
that
doesn't.
Motherfucker come at you and say, bro, that shit ain't it like that for real. Yeah. Or you don't place in your showcase, and you up there wondering, you got your people there with you that be cheering you on, supporting you, but they biased to you. They're not gonna really. Yeah. Again, no offense to if you hear this shit and you be like, man, fuck B-Raww, man. That nigga think he bro, I'm sorry. But if you react like that,
check yourself.
An ounce, check yourself. Check your situation. Check what's going on, because you can do better than me. You can do better than niggas that's on TV. It doesn't matter. What niggas say doesn't matter. Nobody's path is the same. Nobody has the answers. The gatekeepers, so to speak, in the city. Fuck them. You seen what I did. I'm one fucking person. It's that simple. Yeah. And all it takes is for one person to watch this, and he said, damn, he got a point. I feel like I could do it better than that nigga. I'm not finna hate on that nigga like, nigga,
do
the
that
fuck
shit.
You stealing from me, bro? That was my idea. That's what, bro, cut that shit, bro. Like, that's my memo. That's my memo. I have fun with the rap, but everything I say is real shit. Like, I'm not in the business of like fitting in. I understand I'm not for everybody. Yeah. But I try my best to be for everybody at certain different songs, certain different projects. I've been through certain different shit at certain different points in my life.
Yeah. I mean, that goes back to knowing your role. And I mean, part of that is knowing your role in the moment as well.
Shit'll never get old to me. I can do this shit for another 10, 20 years if I really wanted to. Because it's that fun to me.
And that's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of it. That's how I feel like that's how you kind of know that, you know, you're doing something. You're on the right path to whatever it is that you're supposed to be doing if you're really getting an enjoyment and fulfillment out of it. And I feel like a lot of people, again, that shit gets lost.
You played sports. What sports you played?
I played football. I played soccer. I ran track.
All American. I played basketball, football, track,
I did
volleyball.
Taekwondo.
Come on, bro.
I did. I was on a swim team. I would have played basketball my freshman year in high school, but my math teacher was the freshman coach, and I had an F in his class. So, you know.
How'd that go?
Yeah. So, you know.
What was your love, though? What sport you loved the most?
Probably football.
So imagine.
Probably football.
So do you still find time to work out and just
I've kind of taken a break the last couple of weeks, but I'm usually in the gym.
Still in your life, though?
Yeah, I'm usually in the gym 4 to 6 times a week.
So basketball, nigga, I still hoop. I still bust a nigga out. You find a nigga on this podcast, or anybody you deal with that hoop, send them my way. We can have some fun, baby.
Hey, I got a couple people that I've been trying to ball with. So I'll set that
I'll bring
shit
you
up.
over Fame and Fortune.
Yeah, we'll set that up because I want to see if they're really about that shit too, which I think they are because I know they played. But
pull up, we be having a ball. But I say that to say, bro, see how that is for you, and hopefully the fondness of what you're doing here will grow. It don't have to be more. It could be on the same scale, though, because that's how I feel like music is with basketball with me. Basketball is my first love. I always thought I was going to be in the NBA. I felt like I was that raw, like, and that's what my name, that's what my rap name kind of stems from. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? From basketball. But, because I was decent. I ain't going to sit here and say I was the best, but I feel like I was decent. I had an opportunity. I just made dumb decisions.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that. It'd be like that sometimes, especially when you're young. You kind of, and I can speak for myself, you just kind of have a naive view of the world and like you just don't know any better. Stupid. Which I mean it could be a good thing, but it can also be a bad thing if you're not able to, you know, I guess I don't even want to say make the right decisions, but
that's what it all stems down to for real.
In that time, yeah, I mean, because essentially, even, you know, at 15, 16, 17, you know, you get that feeling of right and wrong and what you should be doing and what you shouldn't be doing, and you know, you kind of tend to give people that age a pass, obviously, because, you know, they're in that growing stage, learning and shit like that. But at the end of the day, you're right. Ultimately, it is decisions that you make. It's all on you. Nobody else is making these decisions except you. So
shit don't just be happening.
Facts. Shit happens for a reason.
Decisions.
Yep. Chain reaction, chain effect. This happened because I did this, and that led to this. That led to this.
Everything I'm saying when I say that, I don't say to say basketball didn't happen for me because it was like some legal shit. It was like some young nigga think that I know everything shit.
Facts. Same.
Chasing after pussy and trying to be cool.
Yeah, not worrying about my grades too much. Shit. Yep.
Fuck no, nigga. I would take the bathroom pass and go to PE in the gym and hoop all fucking day. What? That was me, nigga.
Yeah. So, which, I mean, it kind of slightly off topic. I just feel like school systems, and there needs to be some a little bit more dedicated to
not challenging. They're not challenging the youth.
Well, not challenging, but like I feel like nowadays you kind of, what's the word? I guess it's just trying to fit everybody in a box, and not everybody learns and does things the right way. Like if you see somebody who's interested in basketball or sports or something like that, like gear their curriculum towards that. Like and gear their fucking the way they're learn towards that. Like don't make, because for me at least, like especially when I think my sophomore year in high school is when they started it, but they had block scheduling. So I'm sitting in the class for fucking 2.5 hours. I fucking cannot sit still. Especially at that age. Like I would fucking 30 minutes. I'm either falling asleep or I'm so antsy and I can't fucking concentrate.
2.5 hours.
So that really wasn't really beneficial towards me as far as like learning and retaining information and things like that. I'm somebody that I enjoy running around, moving around. I'm very hands-on, you know, especially when it comes to learning things. I like to fucking try it, trial and error, and that I'll retain it a lot quicker. But, you know, so you get kids that are labeled, you know, this, or they get this label because they're not able to learn. Yep, OCD. ADHD, this, that, whatever, that they could, because they can't learn in this box. Then it must be them, that there's something wrong with them, and it's not that we're trying to make the kid mold to our system, which we see is fucked up. It's broken at this point. Like there needs to be some change, but
he's spitting.
You know, that's some other shit. I'm no politician, none of that shit.
No.
But I mean,
you're a part of the community. You've endured that. You know, you've been through that.
Yeah.
So you can definitely speak. You have a voice on that, and I never looked at it that way. I never really cared to
Well, because
look
I
at
mean,
it
you
that
see
way.
this shit it's a little different in Europe and stuff because they have like through their professional sports teams, they have academies like their soccer clubs and shit like that. So you can get your kid in the Barcelona academy, and you know they'll work him up, and they'll still give him classes and all this other things, and you can move your kids there, and they'll still get some form of education, but you know they're going through the system, and not to say that they're gonna make it all the way to the A team, to the fucking the varsity team, but you know it's a good way to set somebody up for success as opposed to, again, like putting them in this system. Oh, they don't work, then they're the problem, then they graduate high school, and then they don't, you know, they can't really get into college or this, that, whatever, you know. Yeah, so it's fucked up, but you know, you kind of have to deal with shit as it comes to you. So, but yeah, that was a little side note.
Side note, no, real note, real side note,
shit.
real side note, man. Real shit, bro. Real shit,
bro.
bro.
Living, fuck. All right, well, shit. I think we got a solid hour in. Fuck. Yeah, we'll wrap it up here. I definitely want to have you on more. Shit, we'll have to do a podcast with Nate. I know that shit would be fucking funny as fuck. Fun times, a lot of fucking knowledge, information, fucking knowing things will get, you know, spread around in that. So we'll make that happen. And man, I appreciate the time, brother. That shit was fun. You're fucking very insightful. You got a good mind on you. You got a vision that I appreciate, especially somebody that is from Orlando. And you know, I haven't really been involved in the rap and hip hop scene in Orlando, but I'm starting to dip my toes in it a little bit. And you know, there's certain things that I've seen in the little time that I've kind of been in it that I see that you're working to fix, and you want to see some change. And I can always appreciate that from somebody who's kind of, you know, risking it and betting on themselves to see some type of change. Because a lot of motherfuckers, like you said, will talk the talk but won't walk it. And you're doing both. So much respect. If you want to plug your social medias up, anything that you want to get off your chest before we sign out.
Yeah, man. IG, B-Raww the GOAT. YouTube, B-Raww. TikTok, B-Raww the GOAT. I just want to end by saying I appreciate this, man. I appreciate things like this. I respect the craft, man. Keep doing what you're doing. It's definitely inspiring. And like you said earlier, and to everybody who's watching, bro, whatever you're doing, don't sweat the small stuff. You are your biggest critic, and you have the best critique on what you're doing. And just imagine, you know, you sweat the small stuff, 5 people like your stuff, 200 people watching, 100 people, whatever it may be. Understand, if you put those people in the room, that's a lot of people.
Yeah, facts.
Mind over matter. If you love, do what you love to do. People fuck with you. They're gonna fuck with you eventually. That's just, we're all sheep.
Facts.
And that's what it is. And I really, like I said, I really appreciate you even be willing to let people come up here and have the opportunity to say something and speak against or just share their opinion. And, you know, you don't judge them. You seem like a very chill. The energy in here is very chill. You know,
Yeah.
It's no judgment zone. You have your opinion, I have my opinion.
Facts.
This is business. Whoopty whoop. But
Facts. Facts.
this is dope, bro. I appreciate it. No hangover. B-Raww the GOAT, man.
Hey, back to the motherfucking features. That shit's out now. Man, I appreciate it. This is episode, 213 of the No Hangover Podcast. Check us out across all platforms. YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. YouTube, we're at No Hangover Podcast. Instagram, at No Hangover Podcast. TikTok, at No_hangover. Like, subscribe, comment, rate. Let me know what you like. Let me know what you don't like. If you want to be a guest, hit me up in the DMs and we'll fucking get it popping. Thank you again. Episode 213. Everybody love everybody. Deuces. Bye, y'all.